excited for this episode. So if you missed it, a few weeks back, I did an incredible day out picking. I got in the car, I hit the road with the intent of finding as many valuable things as I possibly could in a single day sourcing. Let's go ahead and just cut to the clip of all of those finds on my island. When I left this morning, I had no idea what treasures were in store. And I cannot even believe that I found a Robert Sperry piece. And this is gonna be such a hard one to let go of. I have been looking for a piece by Robert Sperry for over 5 years, and I can't believe I just found this in a Goodwill for such a great deal. Being a vintage reseller, my home often looks like this. When I get home from my thrifting trips, I typically pull everything out and try to get it washed if I can, because it just makes it so much easier when you're photographing items to already have them cleaned. And we are ready to get started on product photography. Finding the item is just one step in the process. Everybody knows that my favorite thing about thrifting is actually to decorate with the finds. Yes, it's awesome to make money. We all want to have a career and we all want to follow our dreams and be able to support ourselves with our passion. That is amazing, and I am beyond grateful for every single purchase that everyone makes. But my real passion is decorating. This is what really brings my heart joy, and today I'm very excited to go ahead and pull out those items and start decorating with them. We are gonna kick off decorating by doing a little refresh on the kitchen. Right now, I have some of my favorite pieces that I own and that I've spent years finding, and it's always sad for me to put these away. Here's a little example, my Catherine Home fondue pots, and this beautiful Batosi vase that I just got on our Midwest picking adventures, and I'm a little sad to put it away, but what I really want to do today is to warm up the space for fall. I love having all of the black accents in the kitchen, and many of these pieces are forever pieces for me to keep. I'm really hoping today to warm up the space so that it has just a little bit more of a fall feeling. And what better piece to start with than my Robert Sperry? This is definitely going to be kind of the piece that we're going to pull off of today. I think what I'm going to do is get this cleaned up first, get the Goodwill tag off, and I'm going to go through my personal collection and see if I can pull out a few more pieces that have stripes on them. I think that'd be fun to tie in this Robert Sperry piece with other things that have stripes. Although my cabinets do have stripes too. This is a natural hickory cabinet, and I love the vertical grain. It's definitely a favorite feature in our kitchen. So we're gonna kind of pull this vertical pattern out with the Robert Sperry and a few other pieces. And this is a beautiful, like, deep chocolate brown color. So now I'm gonna go through my personal collection, pull out a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna get redecorating in here. All right, I've grabbed some pieces that I think we might be using, and I went for really warm tones. I love the terracotta color, and this is one of my favorite vases. I thrifted this at Goodwill a few years ago, I think maybe 2 years ago. These are my newest decanters. I love these. They're leather wrapped Italian from the 60s, and I think those will warm up the little shelf area where I typically keep my wine glasses. This was a gift from a YouTube subscriber, so thank you. I think it's gonna be perfect to tie in the stripes. And I thought, since it's fall and we live on an acre of forested property, I thought it would be fun to tie in the trees. These are vintage cast iron candle holders, and I also have these very beautiful burnt orange candles that I thrifted at Goodwill that I think are gonna look amazing in there. And then how fantastic are these? I've been so excited to get these out. I found these at an estate sale this fall, and they are from California, I believe in the 70s? Nope, 92. And it says California Handcraft. I haven't found the artist with the signature. I did a little bit of research and I haven't been able to find them. I think this is such a fun way to have a little bit of a fall decor without having, you know, plastic or cheap items. You can have real handmade pottery by an artist that still has the fall feeling and just kind of trickle that in throughout the room. I'm a big fan of decorating subtle for the holidays, where the room feels like it's decorated for the holidays, but no specific items are only holiday themed, except of course for Christmas, because you gotta have Christmas trees. And then I needed to add some more wood for warmth, so we're gonna pull some of the black pieces and add in a little bit more wood. This is a set of hand-painted pictures from Argentina, and they are signed 1972. I also got these on my Midwest Pickin' Adventures, and I love them. And then this I got at Memory Den PDX in Portland, which is a huge vintage mall, and it's a cork container. I don't know if it was originally meant to put utensils in or what, but I have an idea for what I'm gonna do with that, and I think that I'm gonna use it to put a plant in. And then of course, I'm gonna have some fall colored flowers, and we're gonna start swapping these pieces out and see how it turns out. Definitely feels a lot more like fall with the warmer color tones in here. I'm so excited. We are almost finished remodeling this kitchen. We've ordered our back door. We're just waiting for that. Once that gets installed, we can finish the tile up and around the door. And the woodworker who is making the door is also making custom trim to match for the kitchen window. It's really coming together. We got the hood finished, and we've got some temporary lights up there until we find the perfect lights for above the kitchen sink. Now that I finally have it decorated for fall, Christmas is just around the corner, and I can't wait to show you guys what I'm working on in the living room for that. Now we're gonna have some fun decorating with a whole bunch of items that I found all in one single day. I love picking up 1970s pottery because a lot of times there's just so much warmth and texture to it. Something like these two right here might look a little bit plain when they're by themselves, but it's amazing what adding them in with other pieces and adding in some beautiful flowers can do. Sometimes you can't have too many things with patterns and a lot going on because it can be too busy. So these kind of understated pieces really make a space come together, and I think that they get overlooked all the time in thrift stores. One of my favorite things to do when I'm decorating is to kind of play around with different options. So this beautiful honey onyx vase I thought would look beautiful with a very soft palette and then colorful flowers to contrast with the beautiful golden honey color in here. And I love how this turned out, but I want to show you how it can look completely different just by changing the different pieces that you use. And here is the same vase with a completely different setup. I decided to go a little bit more colorful and playful with this one, just to show you how changing out the colors can completely transform how a specific individual piece looks. It is such a neutral and beautiful vase, and there's so many different ways that you could style it to fit it within your style. I actually like this better, which is kind of funny because I was the most excited about the way I had it a minute ago, but I think this is really fun and playful and colorful. I want to thank Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. I love using Squarespace. I have been selling my vintage online on my own independent Squarespace site for almost 9 years now. One of the most important pieces of advice that I could give to anyone who is a reseller or a maker or a blogger is to have your own independent website so you are not restricted by the ever-changing algorithms on other reselling sites. I had no idea how to design my own website when I first came across Squarespace, and as soon as I started watching their tutorials and learning how it worked, I realized that this was actually easier than creating listings on other selling platforms that I had used previously. You can even easily upload photos to your listings directly from your phone using the Squarespace app.
And you don't even have to edit your photos before they're uploaded. You can use Squarespace's editing tools, which make it so easy to crop, brighten, enhance the contrast, anything that you need to do to get your photos perfect. Another favorite Squarespace feature of mine is that it connects all of your social media accounts directly to your website. So when you post on Instagram, it will automatically push website content to your favorite social media, or you can automatically push website content to your favorite social media channels so that your followers can see it and share it too. Squarespace also offers member areas, which makes it easy for creators to monetize their content and expertise in a way that fits their brand. With member areas, you can unlock a new revenue stream for your business and free up time in your schedule by selling access to granted content like videos, online courses, or even newsletters.
Head to squarespace.com to start your free trial today. And when you are ready to launch your own website, head to squarespace.com/leftcoast for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video.
Okay, now these are items that are not something that I would typically decorate with in my home, but I absolutely love. And it's super fun to mix things that are kind of outside of my own collections in the house, just to kind of see how everything looks. And I can tell you one problem I have right now with everything, it's all almost the same height. That's definitely not something that you want. You really want to stagger height. I do like the way that these three look together, because this little guy right here kind of fills the negative space right here, and then layering the cutting board adds in some warmth. And I love how this little mauve vase pulls out the mauve in the flowers. This is something I do a lot when I'm decorating. I try to find one piece that ties together the whole color palette. So we have other blue vases over here that kind of tie in the blue in this vase, and then the mauve with the flowers. And I think that that really brings a whole look together. Now, something that I do with pieces when they are the same height is I take something to put underneath and raise it up. So this is just kind of an example. I'm not saying this is going to look amazing or anything, but if you were to stagger the height, you can already see how much better that's looking. And I would also say I would go much taller with whatever flowers I put in here, since these are very close to that. So staggering heights definitely helps visually, and then filling in negative space. So I wouldn't say that necessarily this entire setup looks great. I just think that these items in general look really good together. You've got kind of a little bit of a mix of styles. This is a little bit more simple and 80s, and then you have this piece here, which I believe we figured out was from Spain. And I just love the way that it looks when you mix different styles together. I think it comes out beautifully. I tried to make it work with the items that I found from this trip and not mix in too many of my own items. So we were able to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items that we found. And I definitely think that this would look amazing if I had a much larger scale vase. Oh my gosh, I just remembered what vase I found. It wasn't with my stash because I'm keeping it. Okay, we're gonna go grab that. I'll be right back. How could I forget about one of my favorite finds? This is gonna look amazing. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit more rearranging, and then I will show you the final look. All right, I just went for it. I really went for it this time. I had this amazing bouquet of flowers, and instead of picking through to find specific colors, I decided to just go for it and go all out. So we've got all of the colors in this beautiful bouquet of flowers, and I actually really like this. I've been really into lots of color and mixing patterns lately, so I think that this is absolutely beautiful. I think it's fun to just do something different. Having the large vase and the larger bouquet of flowers really helps balance it out so that everything's not the same height. It's kind of wild, but I'm kind of digging it. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this setup. Here's another kind of over-the-top colorful setup. So I used this beautiful little planter that I picked up on my shopping trip, and I thought that one would be fun with the sunflowers to really pull out the yellow colors in the painting and also in this Alvino Bagni Italian vase. I got that on on a picking trip in Ohio last year. And then I mixed it with this adorable owl that I picked up as well. And I think this is such a fun one. I don't have any air plants right now, but I think it would be the perfect air plant holder. Another thing that I think it was often used for was to hold your soap or even your sponge by the kitchen sink. And if you were able to find a way to make it hang, I think it would make the most beautiful hanging planter. Now I'm also going to show you this in a much more neutral color palette just to show you how drastically different pieces can look just depending on what you pair them with. So here's a much more subtle and subdued look. You still have some fun pops of color because of the painting and of course the green in the plants and this beautiful teal planter. But it definitely has a lot more of a subtle look and less dramatic and probably a little bit more most people's cup of tea. I challenged myself to use as many of the pieces that I thrifted as I could for this little fall vignette. And this is my favorite bookshelf. I love this bookshelf so much. Don't mind the cords everywhere. And it was kind of fun to decorate with this because I'm so used to decorating with mostly brass and pottery and wood. And I felt like decorating with these little fall gourds and pumpkins was kind of fun. It's just not something I normally decorate with. Typically, I usually just decorate with flowers when I do a fall setup. Look how cute and perfect this little pumpkin is. He's so cute. So I just picked out pieces that I felt like worked with fall. This was one of the pieces that I picked up at the Goodwill when my camera died. And it's kind of funny because it's not a valuable piece, but I really, really love it. There's just something about the design on it that I think is really unique and fun. And the fact that it's still a neutral color works really well because you can mix it with quite a different variety of flowers or plants. And I think it's the perfect color for fall. It's like that pumpkin spiced latte color. And then both of these guys had some nice warm tones, so I thought those would be fun to use for this as well. Clearly I must love this owl because he's making an appearance in quite a few of these little vignettes. I think he's so fun and he's got this nice warm golden color to him, so he works great with other items that I've picked up recently too. And who remembers this? This is the piece that I picked up for 99 cents and I had an idea of turning him into a candle holder, which he holds the candle perfectly. I thought that this might possibly be an old rolling pin and I saw a lot of you guys commented that as well in the comment section. So I do think that it's possible that it could have been an old rolling pin. Otherwise, it could have been something even possibly industrial, I'm not sure. But he's got lots of wear and tear on him and I love that. And I just thought it was a fun one to mix in with this other candle holder that's a different color and a completely different style. And since I like eclectic style, I'm a huge fan of just taking pieces and mixing and matching them until you get a unique look that nobody else quite has. So there we have it. This is the fall bookshelf decor. And let's see how many items we used. 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't get that this trip. 5, 6, 7. So we used 7 of the items all together here. If you know me, you know I like a lot of things. I'm a maximalist, and so this is definitely a full bookshelf, but I like it. I think it's fun. Let me know in the comments below what you think.
I'm excited to hear your feedback, not only on how you think that I styled the finds, but what I really want to hear your feedback on is, are you liking these kinds of design episodes? Obviously, I'm always going to be doing sourcing so that I can decorate, but I'm really curious if you like the format where I'm doing the thrifting and giving the information on the pieces in one episode and doing the design in a second episode. I know that these episodes did come out a little bit apart, but I'm just really curious if you guys like this or if you prefer the episodes where I'm really mixing in the finding the item and the decorating all in one episode. Either way, I have a blast making these episodes and I'm gonna keep making them for you, but I would love to hear your feedback and just kind of find out what you guys are thinking. And if you've got other suggestions for fun episodes that I could do down the road, please let me know. I'm already getting everything on my calendar for next year, and I'm very excited about wrapping up this year with some amazing episodes. I'm gonna be doing a gallery wall episode where I'm gonna give you all of my points and tips and show you some of the cool pieces that I have found this year. I'm gonna be decorating for the holidays, and I have a very exciting series coming out later this year that I'm really excited to share with all of you. Today has been a blast decorating with all of you. Thank you for watching today's video, and I will see all of you in a brand new adventure soon.